She can love you more intensely than anyone you've ever met, and then suddenly fear you, doubt you, or push you away without warning, and most men never realize this isn't manipulation. It's a mind fighting itself. Borderline personality disorder is one of the most misunderstood emotional patterns in modern dating. And the truth nobody says out loud is that when you're dealing with a woman who has BPD traits, you are not in a normal emotional dynamic. You are inside a psychological storm where feelings change faster than logic can keep up. Few men understand this, and because they don't, they take things personally that were never actually about them. What she's really doing is trying to survive emotions that feel 10 times stronger than what you feel. Her attachment is not casual. It's intense, consuming, and often terrifying to her. When she connects with you, she doesn't like you. She feels like you are oxygen. This changes everything. Because when someone feels like you are oxygen, any small distance feels like suffocation. Most men never realize that the extreme affection, the deep eye contact, the way she mirrors your personality, the way she seems to understand you perfectly, this is called idealization. In her mind, you are not just a man. You are the answer to every emotional pain she has ever felt. And this feels amazing. Until it doesn't. But here's where it gets interesting. The same mind that idealizes you will eventually panic. Not because you did something wrong, but because the fear of losing you becomes unbearable. That fear is so strong that her brain flips the script. Suddenly, you're not perfect anymore. Suddenly, she starts noticing flaws. This is called devaluation, and it can happen in a single day. The truth nobody says out loud is that she doesn't actually stop caring about you during this phase. She is trying to protect herself from the pain she believes is coming. Few men understand this, so they argue, defend themselves, or try harder, which only makes her feel more overwhelmed. Most men never realize that emotional tests from a woman with BPD are not games. They are desperate attempts to see if you will leave. She might create drama, pick fights, accuse you of things you didn't do, or suddenly become distant. What she's really doing is watching how you react. She's asking without words, "Are you going to abandon me like everyone else?" And this is where many relationships collapse. Because a man who doesn't understand this starts chasing, explaining, or getting angry. But the powerful response is calm emotional stability. When you don't react emotionally, you show her something she has rarely experienced: safety. Few men understand that women with BPD traits often feel emotions without a filter. If she feels jealous, it feels like betrayal. If she feels sad, it feels like the end of the world. If she feels happy, it feels euphoric. This emotional intensity is why being with her can feel addictive. The highs are incredibly high, but the lows are incredibly low. But here's the part that changes everything. Her anger is rarely about the present moment. It's about past emotional wounds being triggered. You might say something normal, but her mind connects it to an old memory of abandonment, rejection, or betrayal. And now she reacts to you as if you caused all of that pain. Most men take this personally and try to defend their logic. That never works, because you're arguing with emotion, not facts. What she's really doing is fighting an internal battle you can't see. She wants closeness more than anything, but closeness also terrifies her. This push and pull is not a strategy, it's a psychological pattern. Few men understand why she sometimes says, "You deserve better," or "I'm not good for you," or suddenly tries to end things for no clear reason. The truth nobody says out loud is that she's trying to leave before you leave her. Abandonment is her deepest fear, so her mind tries to control it by leaving first. This is the mindset shift most men need. Stop asking, "Why is she doing this to me?" and start asking, "What fear is she experiencing right now?" That shift alone will make you calmer, stronger, and far more emotionally intelligent in this dynamic. Most men never realize that reassurance works temporarily, but consistency works long-term. She doesn't need grand speeches. She needs predictable behavior. She needs to see that your mood doesn't change every time hers does. When you stay emotionally grounded, you become an anchor in her chaos. But here's where it gets even deeper. Women with BPD traits often struggle with identity. They don't always know who they are, so they unconsciously mirror the person they're with. That's why she may seem like your perfect match early on. She genuinely feels connected to your personality. But later, when her emotions shift, she may feel lost again. Few men understand this and think she was fake. She wasn't. She was trying to feel stable through you. The truth nobody says out loud is that silence hurts her more than anger. When you withdraw emotionally, even slightly, her mind fills the gap with worst-case scenarios. She doesn't assume you're busy. She assumes you're leaving. This is why sudden mood swings, overthinking, and emotional outbursts happen after small things, like delayed replies or changes in tone. What she's really experiencing is emotional panic, not rational thought. Most men try to fix this by becoming more available, more reactive, more emotional. But the powerful move is controlled warmth. You are kind, present, and calm, but not emotionally pulled into the storm. Few men realize that boundaries are actually comforting to her. Clear limits make her feel safer, not rejected. When you calmly say, "I won't argue like this," or "we'll talk when we're both calm," you're showing strength she subconsciously respects. And here's the part no one talks about. Loving someone with BPD traits can feel incredibly intense, romantic, and meaningful. She can make you feel seen in a way no one else has. But if you don't understand the psychology behind her behavior, you will feel confused, drained, and emotionally exhausted. The truth nobody says out loud is that she's not trying to hurt you. She's trying to protect herself from pain that hasn't even happened yet. Most men never realize that you cannot save her. You cannot love the disorder away. What you can do is decide whether you have the emotional strength, patience, and boundaries to handle this dynamic without losing yourself. Because this changes everything. The relationship only works if you remain emotionally stable while she is emotionally unstable. If you get pulled into the chaos, both of you drown. Few men understand that therapy, self-awareness, and professional help are crucial for her healing. You can support, but you cannot replace that process. And when you truly understand this, something powerful happens. You stop reacting emotionally. You stop taking things personally. You stop chasing reassurance. You become calm, grounded, and observant. That calm energy is what she needs more than anything, even if she doesn't know how to ask for it. In the end, the truth nobody says out loud is this. Behind the mood swings, the fear, the push and pull, is a woman who feels emotions so deeply that it scares her. And if you understand the psychology instead of fighting the behavior, you become a man very few ever are: emotionally intelligent, steady, and in control. If this opened your eyes, subscribe now, because most men will never hear this truth.